how do you decide whose house you personally visit? How does that go about? Where you say, okay, I want this kid, now I'm going to go personally sit on the couch in whoever's house I'm invited to. How do you decide that?
We haven't been able to go sit on the couch for a little while now because of COVID, but we do an evaluation system here very similar to what we did when we were in the NFL and we got ready for the draft. So we're going to rank the players at every position, and obviously the guys that you feel are the best players at every position are the guys that you're going to have the biggest priority to go want to see, first. So that's basically, in a nutshell, how we do it. But I think evaluation is the most important thing, and we have an evaluation system just like we did for the draft. And sometimes we like players better than someone else, and sometimes they like players better than we do. But we're always going to try to prioritize the guys that we feel fit our criteria the best for every position.
Who's the guy, Coach, and wherever you've been collegiately? Who's the guy that you recruited? You thought, okay, I think this kid's got a lot of upside, and then the upside blew the roof off. Who's that one that you went, I guess, from either couch to podium with? That kind of blew you away.
Look,
like that.
we've had so many good players here. I don't know how many first-round draft picks have we had. Most of these guys are 30-some, I think, in the 30s, and probably another 4 or 5 this year, maybe. Julio Jones was probably as dynamic a player, and I always have a special place in my heart for those guys that played back then because they all came here when we weren't any good. We were new here, 6-6, not very good, and a lot of those guys in that first recruiting class, Marcel Darius, Mark Barron, a lot of those guys I kind of have a special place for because they all came here when we weren't any good and really got the program going. But we've had so many great players here, it'd be hard to say one guy actually, blew the roof off, to use your term.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing, these guys that come here as high-profile players in high school, and they get a lot of, hype now, which I'm happy for them to get it, and it's a lot of positive self-gratification for them, but just hate it when it creates an expectation because they get a lot of hype that they're going to come in and make an immediate impact, and if it doesn't work out that way, they're frustrated, because we want our players here to focus on, not the outcome necessarily, but what do I have to do to get the outcome that I want, and that's a mindset that I think is important in their development. And, sometimes when players get frustrated, they can't, stay focused on that.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.